would you woman ask a man about? Check the questions we asked them. Monogamy or polyamory?
Oh,
Yeah, good question.
maybe open relationship type polyamory. So monogamish. Because I guess like I like a lot of the ideas of monogamy, but I think it's kind of unrealistic to just have like one partner for like 50 years. I don't know, like so I think it takes the pressure off the relationship if there's like a bit of openness to it. Yeah.
It's all about communication. My heart is monogamous. I love that, but I think polygamy, if it's done correctly, if it's done openly and honestly, and everybody understands, then it will be good for everybody. I believe.
Monogamy or polyamory?
Monogamy.
Why?
I think the value in a relationship with one person is that you can go so deep in the connection, and when you spend time with only one person in your life, you go through so much together, and this is a value, so it's bonding. And if it's polyamorous, can be nice, but for me it's then not working on a such deep level, because there's not only one person, there are too few, many, so it never can be so intimate or close as with one person.
Yeah, monogamy for me. Yeah, I want to build something. Yeah, I don't want to split my energy to different. Yeah, for me it doesn't make sense to split my energy.
Why do men sometimes love a woman more once she has left?
Oh. Oh man.
Interesting question.
I can just guess because it's like a theoretical question. I can guess that when you lose something, then you get to value it. Yeah.
I think that sometimes it's not only men, it's people, but it's questions from women, so that we are getting used to what we have. If something is missing, then like the partner, sometimes we realize that, oh man, this huge thing in my life is missing now, and there's it, or the person left a hole in my life, in my heart. And then it's my suggestion that then the man crave back to fill this hole. And before that, it's sometimes during the daily routine, daily life, you get used to each other, that it's just kind of the relationship, the importance of this person is kind of going under in the daily life.
I don't know. I guess it depends. Like I think I'm able to feel closer to some of my exes. I guess particularly like my son's mum, because there's less pressure on the relationship. I think when we were together as a couple, we were trying. The relationship needed to be a lot of things, like we needed to be good parents together, a good couple together, good friends. Like felt like we had to do a lot of things. But now that we're separate, there's less pressure, I suppose. So I do feel like I can appreciate her more, and probably love her more now that we have a different way of relating to each other. Now I relate to her as like the mother of my child, and in that role, like I think she's like really excellent at that, and so I can like appreciate her more, and there's like more space for friendship. I think the other side as well is sometimes just like missing someone, I guess, like realizing I think being with someone, I can like take it for granted, and and then it's like when, and sort of maybe focus on the gap, focus on what's not there, and then eventually when, like if we split up or something like that, I think like the absence, when they're not there, the things that worked really well are more obvious. But I usually don't regret. It's just I can appreciate what those positives were more. But that's not to say afterwards I think, oh, like we shouldn't have broken up. I don't think I've ever thought that.
So I think it's a human thing. I think there was a nice song in the 60s that said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. The day paradise put up a parking lot. We don't know what we've got until it's gone. And I think it's a good reminder to really remind yourself of the blessings that you have with the person that you are with when you are with them, to really appreciate and even communicate that appreciation and say, we're here now, I love this with you, I love being with you, and tell them all the things that you love about being with them. I think this is really important. Again, it's communication.
What do you wish women asked you more about?
Yeah, like how I'm doing, if I'm okay. I think that's a nice question. It's quite tempting as a man to try to look strong and stoic and like everything's under control. So, like, it gives some permission.
I went a couple of ways there. One was physical, one was kind of mental or intellectual, and then there was spiritual. So, and my mind kind of went in that order, and I ended up at spiritual. Of course, my mind first was physical, but spiritual is what I share and how I live my life is teaching people to access their own spirituality, their higher frequency, and their own wisdom. So I wish more women would ask me about this, really seriously. I really wish, and not only women, but men and everyone. It's what I share in the world and what I would love to offer and give everyone. To me, that's my priority. However, it's also nice if a woman asks you not necessarily about dimensions or other such things, but something, not so much asking, but maybe complimenting and saying, something that they like about me. I mean, I think I enjoy that, and I think everybody does. Even somebody says, hey, I like your dress, or, hey, where'd you get your earrings, or your hair looks nice today. Just little compliments, not so much maybe asking questions, which is what you asked me, but maybe giving compliments. And by the way, your hair looks lovely today.
I love your mala.
I get a lot of compliments on my mala.
It's very beautiful.
It is.
Colors.
It is, yeah.
Would have been helpful if I had been asked more, how do I feel and what do I feel? I think because of my family background, I never learned to sense my feeling. I was not able to name it, I was not able to kind of feel them then. And end of my 20s, when I met my wife, it was kind of the first person who was kind of digging deep what I feel, what I think, blah blah blah, and this helped me. And I think if women do this more often, it can be super annoying for men if you're not used to it, but it's so helpful to understand myself better.
What makes you feel most vulnerable?
Hmm. I think it depends on different scenarios or different areas of your life. Because I can feel a bit vulnerable, maybe sexually, which could be, intimidated a little bit. Vulnerable in a physical place where I don't know and I haven't been before. So there could be a safety, security kind of issue. Also, when I do have a woman with me and I feel the need to protect her, then if I'm in a dodgy neighborhood or, something a little bit unsafe or something, then I may feel vulnerable, because then not only do I have to look after myself, but I have to take care of the woman as well. So I feel that extra responsibility, but we can also call it vulnerability as well.
It's hard to say. I think I got very used to talk about my feelings, what I want, don't want, all this blah blah blah. But I think the most vulnerable situations for me is when I have to talk about grief. So when I lost someone, or missing friends, missing situations from the past, and then go deep to it. I think this is the most vulnerable thing for me. Talking about emotions, feelings, sexuality, I think this is, especially here on Bali, it's kind of normal at some point. But yeah, this grief.
Okay.
So vulnerable is a combination of being honest and afraid to lose something. Yeah. And what makes me feel vulnerable when on one side I open up, on the other side there's not I don't have enough reassurance that she's actually with me, you know. So I would feel vulnerable if, for example, she hasn't shown me that she's really with me, and I opened up, and now she can use it against me or something like this.
Do you always want to be the provider?
Huh. Interesting question at the moment, because my wife is pregnant. I love this role. It's, I think maybe also because I grew up in this classic family. My father was working, my mom was at home. But it's also one of my love languages is acts of service. So it's a good combination, but sometimes it's hard when you do it always and anytime. And for me, it's part of the male role in a relationship, but only if there's a balance. When, for example, the female partner is taking care of others, for example, the emotions, handling questions, bringing those topics, bringing relationship topics up in conversation. So for me, this is a balance. So if a relationship is balanced in what each person brings into it, then it kind of doesn't matter if I'm the provider or my wife is. But when I bring the other topics in, that's the balance. It's more the balance is important.
No, not necessarily. I'm a little bit unusual in the fact that I was a Buddhist monk for 9 years, so I was always a receiver. A Buddhist monk has no money, nothing worth trading. So actually, I was looked after by the community. So I became very good at receiving, and I still am. I realize a lot of people in the world are not good at receiving. They're givers, but they're giving because they want love and attention in return. So, but now I'm also enjoying giving much more and being more liberal, especially with money and things like that. So, Yeah, I can be a provider or I can be a receiver as well. Yeah, I'm flexible and I like it to be in balance.